Hello everybody, and welcome to Undefeated. This was voted to be the next game I play with my patrons, so thank you guys for voting on that. And it's the old thing. This is what is it? Is it boxing? Is it wrestling? I don't know what this is called. I'll be honest with you. I'm uncultured. But hey, I don't know much about this game. I don't know much at all. I know as much as is on this title screen, basically. So, don't waste too much of your time. We'll just get in there. I'll find out about the game. Maybe we'll find out more together. Maybe you all already played this. It is completed? So yeah, we'll just do the thing. All right, kid, you're up. The chill of the metal floor nearly shocks me out of my focus. This place has been underground for some time now, so it only makes sense that the floor is this cold. I step onto the elevator, accompanied by my attendant. The stout, we have a stout, is dressed in formal black clothes, like a dealer at a casino. From an outside perspective, it's probably a pretty strange contrast next to me. The doors close behind us. The world I've come to know so far vanished behind me, just like that. This is the path I've chosen. The elevator growls, shakes me back into my senses, and with those senses, my anxiety. So, my eyes dart to the stout. And he's turned his head down to face the tablet. Standard procedure stuff, really. You read the contract. Rules should be familiar to you. No eye gouging, no killing, no foreign objects. His speech trails into more of a drone. I can't seem to focus on him. There should be a fire in my stomach right now. That burning desire that everyone that belongs here has. It was with me earlier. But right now, it's all I can do to keep myself from throwing up. Maybe that's what that burning feeling actually is. The stout keeps speaking. I should probably listen. Your contract requires you to win at least one fight before you're allowed dismissal. If you faint, submit, or force out of the ring for 10 seconds, or are not able to fight for any reason, you lose. My ears twitch at the last bit. He looks up at me. Any questions? I realize now that I've been staring straight at him this whole time. I nod as if I've been paying attention the whole time. My mouth feels dry, welded shut. I don't know what I'll say, but he's expecting an answer, so I breathe out and nod. My breath is a lot shakier than I expected it to be. In fact, my whole body is tensed up, like cables holding up a suspended bridge. I can't force myself to relax. I think the stout notices too. His paw rests itself tenderly on my shoulder. Hey kid, take a breath. His expression lights up. You're going to do fine. Everyone's first fight is like this. I open my mouth to speak, but all I can muster is another shaky breath. You're Alex, right? I swallow. It's Xander, actually. He pauses and looks down at his tablet. It says Alex here. Listen, Alex, if it's your first fight in the big leagues, don't get so nervous. People don't start judging until the third or fourth fight. Just do what you know you have to do. And when that bell rings, don't stop until you hear it ring again. I nod, still too queasy to actually respond. He's right. It's been years I've been training for years. I should be ready. I drop the tension in my shoulders. I roll my neck, feeling the muscles stretch out. I won't stop for anything. The elevator wearing, had become ambience at this point, only noticeable by its new absence as the elevator rolls to a stop. The stout tapped on his tablet, scrolling his paw up a few times. Alright, so your opponent today is... The stout's brow furrows uncomfortably. His muzzle contorts to a slight frown. This doesn't seem right. And that queasy feeling leaks back into the pit of my stomach, like a ship slowly slipping underwater. It says that your opponent today is Bruce. Which, can't really be possible. He laughs. It feels genuine. Well, that figures. Even our system can get messed up sometimes. I'm sure it's just an error on my end. I do wish I could at least tell you who it'll be, sorry guys. That usually puts some people at ease. I think that sort of went out the window when you said I'd be going against Bruce. He laughs again, and my anxiety melts a bit when he does. I've been in the elevator for what feels like hours. It's nice to hear someone act so casually. Just then, the doors slide open, then a second set of doors immediately behind them. And behind that, it's inky blackness. I have no time to be nervous. I have no energy left to waste on it. The more I focus on on the anxiety at hand, the worse off I am going to be. His paw claps against my shoulders. Well, whoever it is, knock 'em dead, kid. I nodded. Thank you. My feet are grateful to leave the cold surface, though a part of me didn't want to leave. I know the doors have shut, and all I have is me. No one can change what happens to me from this point on. I'm responsible for whatever happens. Though I wouldn't mind if someone turned on the lights. Just like the elevator, the air here could only be described as stale. Makes sense, given how far underground we are. It's a little chilly, though. Not the ideal temperature for fighting conditions, but I imagine that will change once. Huh? Ah. Fuck. Oh. It takes me a moment to adjust to the lighting. I'm familiar with the layout, but it kind of surprises me how much bigger it is than on TV. A wide circular room with a ceiling that stretches at least 20 feet above the room. If I squint hard enough, I can make out a few cameras pointed down at the space. Huge stage lights pour down into the space. Shit's brighter than the sun, it feels like. Oh, right, the sun. Two massive glass panels reflect the arena, back at me. I can assume they're one-way mirrors. They can see me, I can't see them. I creep closer to the center of the arena. The barren concrete of the floor could fit a small crowd. Closer to the center, a wide circle, maybe 35 or 40 feet in diameter, had been painted along the walls. The floor, sorry. Not the walls, the floor. I've seen this all before, but this was my first chance actually seeing it up close in person. Most people don't get the chance to do this. Lucky me. Oh, mystery person, okay. Please wait at your designated mark behind the ring. I nearly jump out of my hide. The small voice spoke plainly out of the intercom. I forgot that people were watching from behind those cameras. Thousands of people. Shake it off. Shake it off. I loosen my joints on my way to the designated mark behind the ring. The only thing that stands before me is the paint on the ground and the elevator door on the opposite end of the room. I've been staring it down for so long, half expecting it not to open, and then it opens. Bruce? Oh. Well, this is a dragon. Okay. Okay. Oh, here, let me turn up the volume a little bit on the game. It's a little bit quiet. The elevator door closes, and I can see him much clearer. It really is him. Her words fail me. My heart picks up in pace, and my breathing follows suit. I feel small, well, smaller in comparison. I had known his body was weathered when I saw it on TV, but seeing it up close like this was like nothing I could have imagined. Scars littered his body. One crossed his snoot, with a few marking past attempts on his chest and midsection. I think I remember his stats back when I would watch his fights. 7 feet tall, 350 pounds. His size seems to trivial. What? The size seemed so trivial before. I'm sorry, guys. But now that he stands across the ring from me, I realize how it feels up close, like the chill of death skittering down my spine. He opens his eyes, and that piercing yellow gaze boring holes into mine, and I realize I've been staring right into him this whole time. His brow furrows, much like the attendant's earlier. His stoic, solid stance stutters. His jaw crunches up near the edges, and he starts laughing. Loudly. Oh, look at this guy. I jump with how sudden his outburst was. Are you serious? Is this a prank? The dinosaur, he's a dino. Okay, not a dragon. A dino? He a T-Rexy? The dinosaur points to the camera. Is this you, Frank? Booking me a fight like this? Bruce laughs, a few more weak chuckles. I almost want to laugh too. The beast folds his arms over his chest, smiling down at me. So, kid, what's your name? My body is trembling again. There's no way this is happening. I'm not about to leave my opponent unanswered. Xander. I splat the name like the frog in my throat was leaping out. Bruce thumbs up the stubble on his chin. Oh, he's got some cute stubble. His mouth was still curled up in a selfish smile. Xander, eh? Nice to meet you. The dinosaur does not extend a handshake. So, how'd they get you in here? Is this some kind of charity thing? They usually only bring me down here for the fight title. Oh, the title fights. No, He flashes a toothy grin. You want me to sign something? Didn't bring a pen. This is my... Bruce moves into the circle, toward me. I consider backing away, but the man clearly has no personal space issues. He reaches out, clutching my arm. His grip is tighter than I had imagined, which was already pretty fucking tight. The leathery palms press hard into my fur, and I swear it nearly scratches my skin. I'm not here as a fan. I yell, almost out of fear, thinking it would stop him. I'm a fighter. Oh. As I cry out, Bruce pulls my arm, and subsequently the rest of me, past the marking on the painted ring. As I cross over, a tone rings out over the arena. I know that tone. That's the start of the fight. And by the look on Bruce's face, he knows it too. He should at least, by now. Maybe if I act now, I can catch him off guard. The attendant did say to start as soon as the bell rings. I'll stun Bruce with a strike to the liver. Once he's disoriented, I'll focus him out of the ring. Not like there is any way I'd render him unconscious. It's unfortunate that Bruce grabbed my right arm. It's no southpaw, so giving a power strike with my left is a bit awkward. With the bell's tone still fresh in my ears, I plant my right foot. It's even more awkward with Bruce still holding onto my biceps. And, but I should be fine. My hips twist themselves violently to the right, and with them, my shoulders, followed by my newly formed fist. Bruce's right arm had been the one to grab my bicep, so his side was totally unprotected. My lips flare up slightly as as my blow connects. Sorry, guys. Having a bit of some troubles. Half of the ferocity with which I strike, the other half is from the sting his skin has inflicted upon my bare fist. I swear I could have scraped my knuckles. Bruce's body is more akin to a heavy bag's I spent countless hours practicing on. That thick, leathery skin wasn't just a myth people claim dinosaurs had. That hide is dangerous. What's more, Bruce hadn't even flinched from the blow. In fact, I feel his grip on my arm as firm as ever. I'm almost scared to look up. Bruce took care of that for me, though. Without much of a chance to retaliate, my right arm is wrenched uncomfortably into the air. Something snaps. I grit my teeth, letting out a weak growl as Bruce throws me behind him. My body crashes down into the center of the space. I scrambled to orient myself upright, my feet shuffling along the concrete. It's all I can do to keep the focus off my shoulders. It's a pain I felt before, but not one that I really wanted to feel ever again. If it's not broken, it's definitely dislocated. Not that it really matters. Bruce's shadow looms over me, silhouetted from the lights above. I can't read his face. I don't really know what kind of shit luck got you in a fight with me. I'm on my own feet, though I could hardly call my stance steady. Bruce doesn't move. But I've got a job to do, and judging by your little stunt there, seems you do too. This is bad, obviously. Thank you, fucking idiot. That liver shot should have taken him out, but it didn't. And now you can't move your arm. The only attempt I make to move my shoulder erupts in even more pain. It feels like it's about to burst. A desperate cry tries to burst from my throat, but his grip traps it inside. I feel his leathery palm tighten around my throat. I gasp out, trying to speak, but all I can muster is a desperate croak. A choke? Sorry. His claws dig into the side of my neck. My feet leave the cement, Bruce lifting me off the ground by my throat. Bruce carries me like a sack of dead weight to the edge of the ring. I know I'm dangling just outside the edge of it. Oh, he is big. We are small. Look at us. Just lifted off the ground. His gaze pierces through mine. My body dangles uselessly as at the end of his limbs. Bruce flashes a wicked grin. He looks ecstatic. What is it? Instable? What is this word? I don't recognize this word. Sorry about that, guys. Despite having done this countless times, a chill crawls up my body as his free hand traces my midsection. You're pretty well built, he snorts. For a shrimp. I didn't even know if I should try to respond. The larger man lets out a grunt, and a sting breaks through my midsection. My face crumples up. Bruce's fist is forcing its way against my abs, and judging by the pain, well, it's found its target. My left arm reaches up to his wrist in an attempt to fight back. The same explosive pain streaks up my torso again. Bruce had reeled his fist back before I could even see it move. I feel my lungs flatten in my body as the strength leaves my body. Tears trickle down from my shuttered eyes. I can't breathe. I can't move. I look up and just stare into his eyes. Looks like I got the fight squeezed out of you. I wonder if he can feel my fear, if he can understand my thoughts. If he can, he probably doesn't care. If this does end up being charity, I'm probably in a shit ton of trouble. I don't think I would laugh if I could. I try to communicate my concussion to the dinosaur through my eyes. My concession, not concussion. We can get there though. My right arm dangles uselessly to my side. I can't feel it, but I know it's there. My left arm is draped across his wrist. Bruce just stares into my eyes. I'm going to die. See you soon, kid. He spoke shortly, like a promise rather than a threat. Tears were still crawling down my face. The distance between our faces extends, with Bruce pushing my head away from his as he reels his back. My face is pulled forward, aiming straight for the dinosaur's forehead. Oh, well. We go down. My vision goes white. I don't even feel the headbutt. I don't even feel anything right now. I don't remember hitting the ground, but I guess I'm here now. People are standing over me, talking. Loudly. Christ. I should probably open my eyes. It's pretty dark still, but I can see a beacon of light. A shadow, a dark shadow stands before me. The shadow shifts, stepping into the space, and a second later, the darkness swallows the light from either side. One of the men standing to either side of me grips my left shoulder gently. "Can you stand?" I grunt and pull myself up to a standing position, albeit incredibly unstable. "We need to ask you a few questions. Try to stand and stay awake for us, bud." To be frank, this sleep sounds fucking amazing right now. Everyone is so loud. "What is your name?" "Xander." "Where are you?" I sigh. "A Fang League fight. We're in the ring, if you want specifics." "Do you remember what happened?" My head hurts. The lights are way too goddamn bright. "I got knocked out, and I think my shoulder is fucked." They give a chuckle and mumble something under their breath. The person keeps asking me questions, and I keep answering them. They take me to an elevator, and then straight to a med bay to put me in a gown. I just go through the motions, waiting for when I'll be able to take a nap. A few nurses wheel me around from room to room. Running a few tests, I'm just glad I have to sit still for most of it. It's all kind of a blur. I just answer whatever questions they throw my way. After a few hours, they declare my concussion. Now it's the word concussion. We did get there, guys. Is only mild, and give me the go-ahead to get some sleep. Thank God. The hospital bed here is really firm. Reminds me of being back home. Not a bad thing, per se. I actually really enjoy firm mattresses. Though I doubt something as simple as mattress firmness is going to keep me from sleeping tonight. I can barely keep my eyelids open. For a few seconds, I see that scene from before, like it's been burned into my vision. The dark figure standing in the light. I swear it was waiting for me. Aw. I don't know how long I've been sleeping, but it feels nice to have my eyes closed, so I've just been lying here for a while. The electric drone of my room was getting on my nerves, though. A slow sigh crawls out of my muzzle, and my eyes finally pull themselves awake. I must have been crying. My eyes haven't been that heavy in a long while. The sterile white ceiling stares down at me. I crane my vision to my left, and some memories of the night before flood back into my head. Seems I've been hooked up to an IV and EKG machine. And my right arm is in a sling. Fucking great. My attempt to sit up was immediately met with restraint through a dull pain shooting down through the center of my skull. Fuck. I push through, the pain fading away with a few pulses, that's what it says, like a heartbeat through my brain. I can hear a conversation outside my door. It sounds like people are talking loud, but it's ways away. I lean back into my pillow. My face scrunches up in discomfort. No use fighting my injuries. I can't seem to get free. I might as well try to get some more sleep. Is what I wanted to do. The dull sounds from outside my door has grown much. Grown much louder. I think I recognize the voice. "I'm afraid that's the only conclusion here." "Don't explain it to me, explain it to him!" The door to the room I'm laid down is forced open. A light from the hallway pours in, and I'm blinded if only for a moment. A shadow casts into the room, but it hesitates. "Oh, for fuck's sake, get in here!" Judging from the other person's yelp and the way he stumbles into the room, someone else may have pushed him in. "Look at this small raboot. He's small." After regaining his footing, he looks to the door, then to me. Before me standing is a nervous-looking rabbit. He's dressed rather well, sort of familiar to the attendant on the elevator before me. Yeah, from before. His eyes catch mine, and his demeanor loosens up. "Oh, hello there, Alex." I narrow my eyes. My name is Theodore. I'm the commissioner's assistant. The figure by the door scoffs. My eyes snap over to him. Bruce. He's leaning against the open door, arms crossed over his chest. I've never seen him act so mellow. Theodore clears his throat. Yes, Theodore adjusts his collar slightly. You've, met Bruce? I let out a sigh. I have. I nearly fucking killed him. His voice cuts through the tension, yet somehow only seems to add to it. Oh, he just slides on in. Bruce moves from his spot onto the door towards the two of us. I can see Theodore's eyes dart away, and he takes a step back from the approaching dino. Is he seriously Bruce's boss? Bruce stops in front of my bed. You want to tell me why the fuck that happened? The rabbit manages to keep his position upright, but his ears fold down. He really must not want to be here. Yes, that's He takes a shaky breath and steadies himself. You, certainly were popular. Your fight with Bruce put our ratings through the roof. I blink. Thanks. Get to the point, Ted. Right. Theodore clears his throat. Obviously, this was, unintended. According to a quick manual review, you should have been involved in a lightweight bout tonight. It's, we can't exactly explain what happened, but for some reason, Bruce was your opponent. The rabbit readjusts his tie. Now, in terms of your, contract, typically, you need to win one fight before the duties of your contract can be fulfilled. And I can understand why you'd like to back out. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a snag. Bruce rolls his eyes. Because of the nature of our automated matchmaking system, anyone that fights the champion is momentarily set in a special tier of their own. If they win, they become the champion. If they lose, they return to their tier. And you don't have a tier to return to. I can visibly see sweat dripping down his brow. So, you remain in this, momentary tier. It sounds like he needs to say more, but he stops. He glares at Bruce for approval. My heart feels like it's ready to drop. I don't understand. It means you're stuck fighting me. Bruce's voice barks out again, scaring Theodore and nearly scaring me. And it means you're going to keep fighting me. Until this fucking matchmaking works itself out. A sweat trickles down the side of my head. I don't understand. Or maybe I don't want to understand. What? Are matches made at random? There's a second of silence before Bruce and Theodore make a bit of eye contact. Well, not entirely. A computer sorts out matches through a deeply detailed algorithm. It's actually quite impressive when you look at it. Bruce snorts a bit at the air through his snout, as if trying to get Theodore to speak further. Can't someone just go in and make the change manually? Again, Theodore looks away before speaking. All manual changes to the matchmaking must be approved by the commissioner first. So call him down. Bruce lets out a laugh that's more like a yell. You'd sooner be able to beat me than expect the commissioner to give a shit. His eyes shift down to Theodore, whose eyes shift directly away. I can feel my body going faint, like that sick you feel deep in the pit of your stomach. The thought of going through that again. So, what? What are my options? The rabbit speaks up. I'm afraid that, until this issue is, sorted, you'll need to keep fighting Bruce, or you'll void your contract. And I'm sure you're aware of the, consequences. I had read the contract carefully. They'll require me to pay out the ass, and I can't afford that. I'll never be able to afford that. Money was part of the reason I came down here. The heart monitor is picking up the pace at this point. I haven't even noticed. Bruce and Theodore are silent for a while. I'm leaving. If you have any questions, Dad here will tell you whatever bullshit you want to hear. Well, bye. The dinosaur spits the last words out, then turns on his toes and stomps out of the door. Theodore just stands there, quiet. He seems less nervous now. He still won't make contact with me. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna end the part here, so I do hope you have all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around.